caught up in this 9 to 5 myth, trading time for money, working for building someone else's dream in the hopes that one day you'll get to retire with a pension, Social Security, all this other stuff that, I hate to break it to you, if you're our age or this generation, most of that stuff's not going to be there when you get older. I live life by the motto that if we make the easy decisions today, we're going to live a much more difficult life when we get older. But if we make the hard decisions today, if we choose the path of discipline, then as we get older and we progress, then life can be much more easy, right? And I think that's because of that, it's been pounded into my head the importance of like being self-motivated, being disciplined, waking up early in the morning, right? Like shooting for that 5 o'clock hour. I don't always make it, but if I can wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm awake earlier than 95% of everyone else, right? So I already got a head start on the day. And if I can get my workout in, get my reading, and get my mindset right, so I'm stepping into the day with intention, then I'm going to operate at a much higher level than someone that just gets out of bed, and they're automatically in a reactive state, getting like pushed this way and that. And if the first thing you do is check your phone or check your email, you're falling behind, right? Because what you're doing to your mind subconsciously is you're putting yourself into a reactive state where you're reacting to the environment instead of being able to control it like a thermometer, right? Or like a thermostat, I should say, right? So that's the goal. If you want to crush it as an entrepreneur, and if you want to make it, you got to learn how to control your environment, right? How to stay in a proactive state instead of just being tossed to and fro. So I think that's one of the main reasons people lose, right? Because they're not looking ahead and trying to play the game 5 moves ahead, right? There's an awesome book called Your Next 5 Moves. And he equates it against the game of chess, where like a true chess master is playing like 11 to 20 moves ahead, where a beginner's playing, like his next move. Intermediate might be playing like 3 to 4 moves ahead. But the more that you can anticipate and see the future before it's here, the more effective you are in every area of your life. So I think that's why discipline for me has been like so important, and just like a compass for my life. Like choose discipline, work on yourself, and in the end it paves the way to have a much more freeing lifestyle, if you will.
Yeah, and I think that also can revert back to the topic of this conversation is, just keeping your sanity, like discipline and waking up and making sure you're taking care of yourself and filling your cup each day to do so. And again, like you said, I don't hit the mark every single morning, but I would say 4 out of 5 days of the week I'm doing good.
Yeah.
Like this morning I did sleep in a little bit and, left the workout out, but I did make sure that I got that quiet time in, and I did make sure that, me and you got our time before the children woke up, before the sun came up, kind of deal. So, anyway, again, full transparency, our life is far from perfect, but I think once we found, I think the main thing for me and you was making sure that both you and I were on the same page and that we were going in the same direction together, because I also felt like in the beginning we may not have been walking in the same direction, or maybe walking in the same direction, just not at the same pace. And we had these different ideas, so paths, so to speak, that we wanted to, to take or whatever. But I think now that we have both found that what we both want in our 5-10 years from now, and even right now, are in fact now the same than they were a few years ago when we started this. And now that we are both on the same page, I think that has definitely helped on, you know, this level. But as far as keeping your sanity, some days it works and some days it don't.
Yeah. Just take it one step at a time, you know? Walk with grace, treat people with love, and lead by example, right? If you could just follow that roadmap, that's how you do it, right? And give yourself grace too. Don't be so hard on yourself and beat yourself up. This is even preaching to myself, right, Doug? Perfection is not a thing, you know? So focus on the progress. Focus on being consistent and showing up every day. If you show up, you've won half the battle, right? But just fall in love with the process, no matter what that looks like. You know, do something that you love. You know, I question so many times like why people get caught up in this 9 to 5 myth, trading time for money, working for building someone else's dream in the hopes that one day you'll get to retire with a pension, social security, all this other stuff that I hate to break it to you. If you're our age or this generation, most of that stuff's not going to be there when you get older. So you got to start rethinking your life and figuring out what that is. But just, you know, encouraging every person to like seek what you're passionate about. What do you enjoy doing in your free time? What would your friends say that you're good at, right? And figure out how you can bring that passion somehow to the marketplace, right? And identify a gap, right? See a gap where people need help. And if you can solve people's problems, you'll never be hungry again, right? So one, find a gap in the marketplace and make sure it's something that you could be passionate about where you're truly giving back or you can help other people win, and you'll end up winning as a result too. So love it. Hope you guys got something out of this. We'll be doing some more consistent interviews, you know, just sharing experiences and talking about what it's like for us, you know, in hopes that it also helps you guys in your journey as well. So till next time, we'll see you guys on the other side.